ever talked to her and seen?
Briefly. Well, at Drew's skating event, I met her sister there.
Jamie wanted to know at the retreat, did she ask you any questions about you calling Drew a bitch at the retreat, or did she just save it for the finale? Is that what you asked me?
She did at that table.
She did?
She said something. She's like, you said you... Because I don't remember.
She approaches you at the end. It makes it seem like you guys have a connection, or like, why would you lie to my face? And I was like... Do they talk? Like,
no, we don't talk. We're not friends. And
kind of set it up for us.
And honestly, I was trying to just stay away from her sister because of this whole story about her mental illness. And, as you see, like, she's like drinking tequila a lot in these scenes. And I'm like, I just don't want to have nothing to do with that, right? Because I don't want to be the one arguing with somebody that may have a mental illness. Yeah.
You asked me this off camera, so we can mention it on camera. You said, did I feel like, does she have a real, true mental illness? So during the after show, I don't know if they showed this yet, but y'all know me and Drew had to do our after show together. And I said to Drew, I have to be honest, I thought you had been lying about your sister having a mental illness, because she seems so like normal and like a woman who doesn't really have those type of problems, whatever.
Especially the way she explained her sister's illness to us, right? Like, it was pretty extreme.
Right, it was very extreme. So I didn't think that it was true. I was like, okay, is she just saying these things to get some type of sympathy or something?
Right.
But
or
then
storyline.
Yeah, well,
for Drew.
So
I didn't say that. You said that, but kind of, I was thinking it. So when we went to the mental health retreat, and her sister shared her story, and it was extremely emotional. I would say they didn't show the whole thing. It was
extremely. It was heavy.
It was very heavy. So at that point, I was like, okay, well, I guess there is something that we can't see, like, people are going through things and you may not know what's going on. So I was like, okay, well, there's some truth to the situation here. And how do you feel now?
I'm torn, and I can't, Ralph and I have talked about it, and I'm not going to necessarily share what his belief is. I do think that he believes that they are using the platform to promote, apparently she has a podcast and all that stuff. But to me, it just felt a little like exploitation. If your sister has this mental illness, she's feeding her tequila constantly in these settings. I just don't think that's like, why would you do that for someone? I have mental illness in my family, and the last thing I'm going to do is have a loved one on a platform like this drinking and putting them in situations to fight and argue with people. I just don't think that's conducive to someone who has a mental illness. So that's just how I believe. I don't think it's a healthy environment. It's not a healthy environment for someone that does not have a mental illness sometimes, right? Because, so I question that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how that, I get what you're saying. It's like, you don't want to add to any issues that they have.
And alcohol and mental illness just does not go together when someone's on medication and all. Like, it just doesn't work.
But I have to say, I like her sister. She's always really sweet to me. I mean,
she want to fight me every chance she gets. And I'm like, Lord knows, I cannot. So I'm like, Lord, let me just let my sister fight her or something, because I can't fight the mental ill woman.
No.
It's not going to be a good look.
No.
Did you officially meet, or was everybody like, hi in the room? Like, have you officially, like, in the scene?
It is. The official meet that went past already.
It went past official meet, the reunion. I don't know if y'all going to see it or not. It's another situation where